Time for the morning rush. A Republican lawmaker now calling on a Sandoval County judge to resign after giving a deadly drunk driver a light prison sentence. Just last week, Judge Lewis McDonald sentenced Christine Noriega to only 3 years in prison. She originally faced 30 years. Noriega drove drunk with her child in the car when she struck and killed two men changing a tire off of the interstate. Kristen.
Not looking at any big weather maker today, just the leftovers of that cold front that moved in yesterday. A lot of cloud cover overhead. We're going to continue with the cloud cover through the afternoon and evening hours. Temperatures down about 5 to 15 degrees lower than what we had yesterday. David?
State police are trying to identify the owner of a cell phone they say received several messages from suspects in an October shooting. Cameron Martinez was shot and killed along Highway 68 in what police say was a case of mistaken identity. Now, the New Mexican reports an affidavit says that investigators examined the phone records of suspects Mark Heiss and Brittany Garcia. One of the messages they found said, quote, "Don't you dare tell your mom."
Students at Eunice High School are heading to school on time this morning as police try to track down the vandals who forced a delayed start yesterday. Officials say at least 2 people broke into that school and poured gallons of baby oil in the hallways late Sunday night. Classes were delayed as staff cleaned up. Surveillance cameras captured what's believed to be the suspect's car.
We did some checking for you this morning, and the man accused of carjacking a woman is waking up behind bars. Karina Fernandez says that she was waiting for her boyfriend. This is at the Giant gas station on Coors and Iliff. That's when police say that Christian Herrera jumped in the driver's seat and took off, telling her to jump out or he would kill her. Now, the car was recovered with the Find My iPhone app. Now the state is asking that he be locked up until trial.
2 officers in Houston are waking up with critical injuries after being struck by gunfire. 2 others are recovering at home. Houston police say about a dozen officers were serving a narcotics warrant when suspects opened fire. The 2 with critical injuries suffered injuries to their necks. 2 other officers have been discharged from the hospital. 1 is considered in good condition. 2 suspects died on scene.
New at 6, a bill to conceal the names of victims of certain violent crimes is headed to the House for consideration. Senate Bill 118 would redact the names of victims and witnesses from public records. This includes crimes involving assault, stalking, rape, and criminal sexual contact. The exception is for law enforcement.
In the legislature, a bill to create a new department to focus solely on early childhood education is getting a lot of support. The results of a Bernalillo County-wide survey showed overwhelming support for the creation of an early childhood department. Senator Michael Padilla introduced the bill. The bill's not yet on the calendar to be heard by the committee.
New at 6, a bill that would replace the state's A through F grading system continues to move through the Senate after clearing an education committee. Now, the proposed dashboard system would consider standardized testing scores like the current system, but also includes information like curriculums and teacher quality.
And today the state is mourning the loss of longtime state representative Henry Kiki Saavedra. Saavedra died yesterday morning after a battle with Alzheimer's. He served in the House on behalf of Albuquerque for 38 years and was a key part of balancing the annual budget. In 2014, he chose not to seek re-election.
President Trump is preparing for his State of the Union address next Tuesday. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is now inviting him to give the speech. During the government shutdown, Pelosi said the president should postpone the address until it was over. It's a request the president eventually agreed to.
New at 6, a recall alert for you. Fresh peaches, nectarines, and plums are being recalled due to possible listeria contamination. The FDA says New York-based Jack Vandenberg Inc. issued the warning. The recall affects fruit distributed to retailers including Aldi, Costco, and Walmart in 18 states. Kristen.
Today's Metro Threat Index added 3 has some cold temperatures to start and even staying chilly this afternoon. Highs only likely to reach those lower 40s here in Albuquerque. Cloudy sky on top, but not likely to see anything in the way of rain or snow today. David?
The deadline for the APS special mail-in election ballot is next week, but a new attack ad against it is sparking controversy. The ad was created by that'sjustsmart.com. They're against the district's proposed 4.7% property tax hike to pay for construction projects. Now, a lawsuit has also been filed against APS, claiming the language in the ballot is confusing and misleading. APS says the group may just be misinformed.
We're looking ahead for you. You can catch the pumpkin patch this October at Galloping Grace Youth Ranch despite it closing. After 12 years, the nonprofit in Rio Rancho closed. The founders say they're grateful to have served the community, but they want to focus on their family now.
The Lady Lobos are now one step closer to cracking the top 25 ranked teams in the nation. Gaining 4 points in the latest AP poll, the Lobos are now in the 31 spot. Baylor remains at number 1. The Lady Lobos' next game will be against Fresno State. That's this Saturday in the Pit.
Super Bowl just days away, and believe it or not, Albuquerque is ranked as the best place for football fans. A new study from Wallet Hub ranked the best cities for football fans, and out of 244, Albuquerque ranked 74th. It looked at things like number of NFL or college football teams, also fan engagement. Kristen.
Time now for a check on that Tuesday morning commute. No major accidents to tell you about. We do have quite a bit of slowing. I-40 eastbound near 5th Street. We have about speeds about 20-25 miles per hour, and that's it. So getting an early start on the commute, make sure to factor in extra time.
A good night's sleep may be especially important for people experiencing the agony of sickness and injury. A study at UC Berkeley finds that poor sleep intensifies a person's sensitivity to pain, possibly leading to worse pain the next day. Now, researchers say the findings indicate that good sleep should be a higher priority in patient care.
All right, finally this morning, Apple took group FaceTime offline after a major security flaw was exposed by social media. First reported on Twitter and covered by the blog 9to5Mac, the glitch lets you hear audio coming from another phone before the other person has accepted or rejected the incoming FaceTime call. Other users have also discovered a way to see the video.